Hi, and thanks for listening to Gossip with Celebrity, brought to you by Celebrity.com. This week, we talk about the lockdown lifestyle, the royals, and Maya Hawke. Our user feedback is about our new release day, and we end with our weekly feature, the comments of the week. The stories and tweets we talk about can be found at Celebrity.com/podcast under episode 49. Hi, I'm Katie, the founder and editor of Celebrity.com, and I write as Celebrity.
And I'm Chandra. I write as Kaiser for Celebrity. And why am I screwing this up?
When you screw up, it's so cute. I leave it in.
All right. My name is Chandra. I write as Kaiser at Celebrity, and I'm the head writer for Celebrity or whatever. Who cares? I'm totally knocking myself off in the very beginning. Oh,
what are you doing to yourself?
Knocking myself off balance. That's what I was trying to say.
All right. I was trying to make it dirty.
I just woke up from a nap like 20 minutes ago.
Ooh, me too, but I'm used to it. I can adjust quicker. Like I just get mellow. So this week I saw on Twitter that your little kitty was sick, the panther kitty, the young one.
Yeah, the young one. He's 2 years old, but he's still very kittenish. And he's very attached to me. And then a week ago, he just started coughing. I was really worried that he had just eaten something and he was having trouble getting it up. Like, you know, he's a bug eater.
Ugh.
He is.
Bug eater.
He is a bug eater. And I was like, he just ate like a stink bug or something like that. And he's trying to get it up.
Can you go back up for a minute? Does your cat eat stink bugs for real?
Yeah.
Oh.
He was coughing and I was like, he'll eventually work it out. It's no big deal. And then on Sunday, all of a sudden, he got really sick. And he was shivering and he was breathing through his mouth. And I just felt so bad for him. I took him to the vet the next day. The vet was like, he just has a virus. He gave the cat a shot, and then I have to put like some medicine on his food this week. The panther is slowly improving.
Okay.
That's what we were doing before we started recording. We were taking a nap together.
Aw.
Yeah. But it's like the first time I've gotten to be with him in days because he's been avoiding me, partly because of the shot and partly because he's just miserable.
But he's getting better, at least good enough to take a nap with you.
Yeah.
So your other cat, Dexter, did not get sick, right?
No, he's not sick. He's just an asshole. You know, Dexter is the one going in and out. He's the indoor-outdoor kitty. I feel like Dexter probably brought something in and the panther kitty caught it. Dexter's not sick, though.
So do you think that your cat might have had coronavirus? Because there's been all these studies not studies, I guess they found 2 cats in New York City that tested positive, you know, from the very rich people who must have owned those cats.
Yeah, I think it's very possible that he could have had coronavirus. The vet told me that they don't have the capabilities to test, you know, domestic cats at this little veterinarian society in Virginia.
Yeah.
So he was just like, I just think it's a virus. And he just kind of left it at that. I think, you know, the cat just needed some medicine. He needed a few shots of like vitamins or whatever they did. They gave him like a pain reliever.
Aww.
I mean, he just seems to be doing a little bit better slowly. So
That's good. It probably doesn't benefit them at all to tell people, yeah, your cat might have coronavirus because yeah, they can't test them. They can't test us.
Right.
So.
And I mean, no one really knows if we're passing it to the cats or the cats are passing it to us or the cats are just have a different version of it. Who knows?
Yeah. And that's crazy. And you don't want people to really freak out right now because it's not going to help us at all. And we don't want to hurt our kitties, you know.
And even if, like, they told me, oh, your cat has coronavirus, I wouldn't stop petting him. I wouldn't stop trying to care for him. I want to take care of him.
Of course. So I've been baking. I never thought I would bake before, and I never tried. But I actually made banana bread a couple times, and it's really easy. And today I'm making this challah bread. I saw Hugh Jackman making it with Jimmy Fallon on the show.
Challah bread is the kind where you twist the strands, right?
Yeah.
And then there's no leavening. Is there leavening?
There's yeast in it. It's the first time I've made bread with yeast, if that's what leavening means. I'm pretty sure it is.
No, I think that is what it means.
Okay.
But
I scored yeast. Like, I felt really proud of that.
And don't you have to put something on top of the challah bread? Like,
yeah,
there's some sort of wash on it?
You put like an egg wash on it. It has honey and yeast and flour, obviously. And you put an egg wash on it, and then you could put like sesame seeds or poppy seeds or whatever. I'll probably just put salt on it. I'm putting salt on everything. I don't have poppy seeds or anything. But we'll see. I'll put it, if it looks nice, I'll put it on social media. But if it doesn't, I'll act like I never made it. I'll probably still eat it, though. I'll eat it, you know.
I think challah bread is really pretty. I mean, I've seen like the Barefoot Contessa. She uses challah bread and she bakes it, and hers looks gorgeous. But I'm not much of a like big bread person, so.
I didn't think I was, but I started baking, and I was like, what the hell? I might as well do this. It's not that complicated. So we'll see. Today you covered a story that was really kind of fun to talk about, and it was, what should we keep and what should we leave behind of our new lockdown lifestyles, I think it was.
Yeah, it was basically like, what have we figured out that we don't need to bring back from our pre-quarantine lifestyles, and what should we bring from the quarantine back into our post-pandemic lives?
There you go.
Yeah.
You summarized that very well. The first thing, of course, is shaking hands. Like, who gives a shit if we ever shake hands again?
I don't. I think only business bros really care about it, right?
Business bros. I wouldn't mind if shaking hands stayed, but I hate when men, especially who I barely know, hug me. And that happens a lot. You know, men just think they can hug you, and you're like, I don't really know you, and I don't want to hug, but you seem like rude refusing it.
But I'm not surrounded by huggers. People don't just hug me out of nowhere. I don't like shaking hands because I never know how to do like a full handshake or, you know, shaking hands with a woman. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm thinking about like in AA, whenever, you know, you get a milestone or something, or like you always have to hold hands and the dudes always want to hug you. And I'm like, ew, don't hug me. Or like some random guy at a party who thinks they know you. And it's like, no. But yeah, I want to get rid of shaking hands and hugging.
Yeah.
I don't mind hugging like family, of course.
And for Europeans, I've heard a lot of talk about kissing as a greeting. Let's just leave that behind for like a year, see if we're better off.
I love it when it's like a hot Spanish guy or something.
I'm
like,
yeah.
Okay, you could kiss me.
I mean, there are definitely some hot Frenchmen who I wouldn't mind getting a cheek kiss from, but still.
Yeah. Yeah, I sound so hypocritical because I just bitched about dudes hugging me who I don't like, but then the foreign guys can kiss me anytime. But
I don't mind washing hands frequently because I was doing that before the quarantine anyway. I'm a big hand washer, so.
Okay. I like that it's encouraging people who would not otherwise wash their hands. And that is a thing.
Yeah, it is.
I don't care if we wear masks because, like, I have these zits on my chin and I don't even have to worry about them when I go out now.
I do mind the mask because I feel suffocated when I'm wearing them. I've only been wearing them when I know I'm going to be interacting with people or when I'm in the grocery store. I don't wear them when I'm working out or, you know, just taking a walk around the track or the neighborhood.
Yeah, you don't have to wear them then. But I wouldn't mind if we became more like Asian countries where people are just wearing masks all the time in the cities.
Yeah. I still don't like that, though. I really don't. Like, just walking down the street, I don't like that. But I'm sure if I would feel differently if I lived in a city.
I just think it should be more socially acceptable to wear a mask. Like, you shouldn't feel pressured to. But if you do, you're not weird.
That's a good point. More socially acceptable. Okay. I'll go with that.
Okay. So you wrote today that you like social distancing because people get too close anyway. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, I like personal space. It doesn't always have to be 6 feet away forever. But, like, observe personal space. Observe, like, a 3-foot cone, I would say. A 3-foot cone is very good. Unless you're a hot French guy who wants to kiss me on the cheek.
A Latino guy for me. Takeout is getting more popular now, of course, because that's all we can do. And you like takeout. And I'm just starting to do takeout.
Yeah, I love takeout. I've started to do takeout for restaurants that I normally just like dine in.
Yeah, me too.
So that's been interesting. And one of my favorite places that's really expensive, and you and I went there once.
Oh, okay.
They've started doing like lunch and dinner menu at the same time. It's just a limited menu, and it's been awesome. I go there once a week, get like 3 meals, and, just put 2 in the refrigerator.
Oh, that's a good idea. I've been doing takeout from this local place. It closed early, so I bought a gift certificate from them just to thank them because no other restaurants closed. And they gave me all this extra on the gift certificate, so I've been getting takeout like once a week from them on that. It's nice, it just makes it feel fancy.
Yeah, I've been trying to do it with the independent restaurants. No chains.
Yeah.
Except for McDonald's, but that's an entirely different thing because I'm addicted to frappes, but, whatever.
You keep them in your freezer.
I do keep.
You're like defrosted one.
I can't help it. I'm addicted to frappes. Ugh.
I like chicken nuggets, and I love caramel sundaes. So we got those last week. I love caramel sundaes. And I also really like Wendy's. So I've been getting Wendy's.
All right, so takeout and then takeout cocktails, which are becoming a thing because restaurants make so much money off of the liquor. Yeah, so they just do takeout cocktails. And you and I aren't drinking anymore. We haven't had a drink for years, but I see that people love that. I want that for them. I want people to have takeout cocktails forever now.
Yeah, if they like that, that's good. And also, we live in Virginia where they have pretty strict liquor laws and you have to get a license from the state. People sell licenses and they're hard to obtain. So this is a real big relaxation of those rules for businesses. Yeah, I want them to keep it for them.
Yeah, definitely. Because I am legitimately worried about the local restaurants. So that's why I'm doing takeout and supporting local restaurants. And I would encourage other people to do takeout cocktails if you are a drinker.
Yeah. Just get your boots on. We can't. Just let us do it by proxy.
And so everyone was complaining about buffets. And like, buffets have always been canceled. Shut up. Buffets are awesome.
All right. So in my town, in like the local paper, they publish once a year the health department findings, right? And somebody at a country kitchen decided to stick their junk in some mashed potatoes.
Okay. And well, first of all, country kitchens are gross. They are.
Can we cancel a country? Okay, this was several years ago, and my son had just learned to read, and he read the newspaper, and he's like...
They're always gross. They are. I
so
cannot
can
stand
we cancel
country
them?
Yeah.
You can cancel country kitchen.
Yeah, that's not a buffet thing. That's just a gross country kitchen thing. There are plenty of great buffets. Although I will say this, I had a really good, amazing food Chinese buffet that I used to love to go to. And they got closed down because it was nasty as shit. Because the food was good, but the place was just falling apart. And I kept going to it and then I kept getting sick. So never mind.
So you got food poisoning and you kept going back to that place.
It was so good though.
If I get food poisoning once, or I hear about anybody getting food poisoning, I'm never going back because that's a miserable experience.
It was just a little food poisoning. Just a little.
There's no such
I was
thing.
barely sick for a day.
Okay. So, I'm glutton for punishment. So working from home, we can keep working from home. That's the best. Everybody should, if they can, our hearts go out to people who can't.
I hear from a lot of parents, they say, well, no, working from home sucks because my kids are there and all that. I get that. I really do. Working from home is awesome for me because all I have are my 2 cats and Dexter's a pain in the ass, but it's not like having a kid around. I think that more people should be able to work from home more often. How about that?
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And I think hopefully this will let companies be flexible with that. I haven't gone into an office full time in probably 18 years.
Yeah, it's been over a decade for me.
Yeah, I don't miss it at any level. I miss shooting the shit with people, but that's only 20 minutes out of the day.
And plus, that's our job now, is to shoot the shit with people.
Yes. Yeah. I like that. It is true. Cruises. Fuck cruises. I hope they're gone. I want that whole industry to die. I sound like such an asshole, but I got the norovirus on a cruise, and I never went on another one after that because I was miserable for days.
Yeah. I mean, cruises, just cancel them. Even if they aren't canceled, stop making these huge, absolutely obscene cruises that are just like amusement parks on a boat.
Oh, that's true. Amusement parks on a boat, yeah.
Yeah, that's just gross.
The river cruises and the smaller cruises can stay, but maybe they should have limits on how many people can be on them.
Right. How cheap is gas right now? I know that really everyone's cheap. Talking about that, but holy crap, that can stay. I like having $1.40 per gallon of gas.
You got $1.40? I got $1.97 the last time I shopped. What the hell? I'm going to drive out to see you and get gas.
I just got gas like maybe 3 or 4 days ago. It was so cheap. It was crazy cheap.
It was $1.97 the last time I got gas. But even though I have like a big old gas-guzzling car now, I never need to get gas. So one of my friends told me to keep gas in the garage because if we have an economic crisis, you won't be able to get gas. So I was storing gas in the garage, and I have an attached garage. And I was like getting dizzy and stuff. And my son's like, Mom, we should really get rid of that gas. So the guy who mows my lawn, I gave it to him for his lawnmower. I would like it if people traveled less overall, especially for business. I don't think we need to travel as much. Exercising at gyms versus outside versus at home. I love group exercise and I miss group exercise.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. And I miss the gym too. No, because I know you love those classes. I don't. Yeah, I hate taking classes, but I love the gym. I love working out on my own and just being in my own little world. I miss weights. I miss all those weight machines that I would do. But I don't mind just taking walks outside. It feels healing in a weird way. I know that sounds like hippy dippy.
No, it's true. No, for you it does, but not anybody else.
Just all of that sun and the fresh air. I come back home and I'm like, oh, I just feel so refreshed and it feels so good.
That's nice. I should get out more. I haven't walked in a couple days. I mostly work out at home, but I have been trying to take walks once in a while.
Well, I've walked every day this month. So
nice. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think gyms should come back.
I agree. But I'm going to start phasing in more outdoor stuff.
Yeah, exactly. How about going to the movies? Because I miss going to the movies so much. That's one of my favorite things to do since I was little. I won't always remember the movie, but I always remember going to see the movie and where I was and who I was with.
I find that I don't miss it at all because I was not in the space of like going to the movies every week. So I don't really miss it. I haven't been to the movies in months and months, and it was
I'm going to miss going to the movies, and I hope that industry doesn't completely die because I think it's a wonderful experience, and I'm willing to pay more for it.
I think it'll come back. A lot of different things will have to happen. There'll be
partitions maybe between the chairs. Like, I don't know.
I don't even know. I was going to say, like, it's just going to take a few blockbusters for that industry to come back, but it's going to be more than that. They're going to have to totally restructure the industry, I think.
Yeah, it's too bad, too. Going to bars and clubs.
I wasn't doing that anyway, so.
I wasn't either, but I did a lot when I was young, and I kind of want that experience to still exist at some.
Oh yeah, that's true. I wasn't thinking of it for the younger people. Yeah, the younger people should get to go to bars and clubs and stuff. But
yeah, it's fun.
But at my age, no.
Yeah, no, I don't go to any bars or clubs, but I just, it was fun, and I want my kids to be able to do that someday. Okay, so you wrote this and it cracks me up so much. Hard pants. Like, I just heard this a couple weeks ago, hard pants, and I thought it was the most hilarious things. Like, people apparently aren't wearing real pants at home.
Jeans are hard pants. Khakis are hard pants. Anything that's made out of
I'm still wearing jeans. I wear jeans even if I'm not going out some days. I mean, mostly right now I'm wearing the athleisure. That's really comfy, and then I'll work out and just be nasty all day.
With everyone in lockdown, with everyone in quarantine, you're still wearing like jeans and stuff? Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I like getting dressed up. And like sometimes I'll put a dress on. I will. If I have a video chat or something too, I'll dress nicer. And if I'm going out, I'll wear jeans, and I'll even wear jeans at home if I'm just bumming around. If it's a day that I fully do my hair and makeup and get ready and everything. And I wear either a sports bra, we talked about this last week, or a regular bra.
Yeah, well, I'm wearing not hard pants. I'm wearing my regular sweatpants, and I'm not wearing a bra right now. So thank you.
Right. I got leggings and a sports bra.
Hair salons, nail salons. I mean, I feel like those should be some of the last things that actually do come back. I feel bad for the people in those industries, but I also want to protect them because they have to work so close to people. So
yeah, there's no way I could ever figure out how to cut my own hair. I'd probably just let it grow forever. Like So concerts and parties, like I really miss going to concerts. I like going to, like, there's a lot of nice free concerts. I love going to like stupid 80s cover bands with my friends and dancing. And I'm going to miss going to concerts. I feel like concerts should come back when it's safe.
It doesn't matter to me. But yeah, I want that for other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never liked going to concerts, especially the ones where everyone gets up and stands for like 3 hours. I hate that.
I like the little ones, the ones in like the cities where it's like First Fridays or whatever, and you just go watch a band with your friends and you don't have to be there the whole time.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
After the pandemic is over, do you think that people are going to change their shopping habits for like everyday items?
I think so. Like I've always been one of those people who buys extra of everything. Like I always have to have one extra of the thing I use a lot.
Me too.
So I didn't have a problem. You're like that too?
Yeah. Especially with stuff that doesn't go bad.
Yeah.
I always have extra toilet paper. I always have extra toothpaste and soap and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad I'm like that because, I mean, I'm sure I would be able to find stuff, but I never had a problem with toilet paper because I just started using less. I could use one square, it works fine.
Well, I'm not like that, but I was actually in this really weird place, like at the very beginning of the lockdown, because I didn't have some extras of that kind of stuff. I didn't have extras of paper towels. It was just one of those weird moments where I didn't have any. And I was like, oh, holy shit. This is the one time where I really needed all my extra supplies.
Did you got toilet paper and stuff, though? I would have sent you some.
Yeah, I have it now.
Okay. All right.
Because I get up at the crack of dawn, and I did that one Saturday, and I just got up really early and went to the grocery store, and I was the first one in line, and so I got all my stuff.
Oh, good. So, is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, let's just move on.
Okay.
But that was a good list. I mean, I do think a lot of shit is going to change.
We're trying to see the bright side of this pandemic. I don't want to see the entire concert industry, the entire movie industry, of course not. And I'm just thinking about entertainment. We got restaurants, sports. Holy shit. Anyway, let's move on to the royals. We had a lot of good royal stories this week. Particularly because the Sussexes were putting their foot down. They sent a letter to the Sun, Daily Mail, Mirror, and Express saying that they'd have zero engagement with them and they would only talk to them through lawyers. So that really put the public also on notice that any stories that those nasty outlets run about Meghan and Harry are either given to them by palace insiders, palace sources, or they're making it up.
Yeah. I would hope that most of the British public already knew that.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is that it gets so convoluted because so many royal households do participate in the tabloid smears. Prince William has gone to the Sun. He's gone to the Daily Mail.
Where does his buddy work, Dan Wooten?
The Sun. And then William went to Richard Kay at the Daily Mail to refute that Rose Hanbury story.
Mm-hmm.
Various royal households will work with those same like gutter tabloids all the time.
Gutter tabloids.
Garbage tabloids.
That's good. I liked it. So after that came out, the tabloids were like reacting to it. And the Daily Mail ran a piece that said the royal courtiers were calling it censorship and were stunned, because they didn't give them the heads up.
Oh, yeah. Because everyone is always stunned by everything Harry and Meghan do. They're just shocked and appalled.
Yeah.
Harry and Meghan just breathe and they're like, oh my
stunned.
God.
So the Queen turned 94 and the Sussexes video conferenced her for her birthday, but they only told the outlets they liked. Of course, they didn't talk to those 4 tabloids. And the Daily Mail, Becky English, you told me, wrote this story. We talked about Becky before, and she ran a story about it, which was hilarious. It was so petty and mad that they didn't talk to the Daily Mail. And she wrote, "The privacy-obsessed couple were so keen to tell the world about the afternoon chat that they instructed their spokesman to email a selection of hand-picked publications to share the news shortly afterwards."
Yeah, they just made the Sussexes sound like they're such fame whores for even confirming this. How dare they? But you know that all of those people were going to run stories about evil Harry and Meghan never contacted the Queen on her birthday. They're so terrible.
Yeah. That was hilarious.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, all of this happened in the days leading up to the big hearing, which is happening on Friday, which...
Ooh, that's Friday. Tomorrow,
which will have already passed while the podcast comes out. The hearing is a big deal because basically both sides are laying out their cases. It's Meghan versus the Mail on Sunday, and it's about them publishing her letter to her father, but it's also about all of the Mail's coverage on Thomas Markle and their relationship.
So ahead of that hearing, Meghan's lawyer released the text messages that Meghan and Harry sent to her toxic father, Thomas Markle. And they were so nice to him.
Yeah.
They tried repeatedly to contact him after he said he had a heart attack and told TMZ, but not them. They asked him, did he need security? They told him they weren't mad, just please talk to us. And they asked him what hospital he was at, but of course he wasn't really in the hospital. So.
Right. He checked into a motel and started drinking.
Did he do that?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
He was seen like getting a 6-pack days later after his heart attack or something. But what was also interesting from those text messages was that it was clear that Harry and Meghan had actually been in touch with Thomas Markle for months before just the wedding catastrophe. Like that Harry had been trying to talk to him, that Meghan had been encouraging her father to, come to England or at least take security. Yeah,
and they both offered him security and told him they would do whatever. So Maya Hawke is covering Nylon Magazine. She's the 21-year-old daughter of Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke. And she's been in a few shows. She's been in Stranger Things. And you covered that interview and you liked it, but a lot of people thought she was a little brat.
Yeah, I thought she was a brat too, but I thought she was absolutely hysterical. The Nylon piece was written in a very, just take her as she is. You could tell that she knew that she was being very melodramatic at certain parts of the interview. That she was just being this angsty, teenager type.
Yeah.
It was very self-aware in that way. And she came across as very funny. I will say that. But yeah, the quote was garbage, but she half meant it.
Yeah. So she trashed Generation X, her parents' generation. And here's what she said about that. I was talking to my friend the other day about this, and we're just so annoyed at our parents' generation. They had it so easy. They were all just high and driving around in cool gas-guzzling cars, destroying our environment and voting for the wrong people, and having no wars and no plagues and no pandemics. We're in our 20s. We're supposed to be having fun and doing drugs and partying. But instead, we're going to SoulCycle and trying to outlive our planet. We have a horrible president, and it's just really irritating. They really fucked us.
First of all, I knew as soon as I read the quote that it was going to be a big story because everyone loves these like blame the generation stories.
Yeah, and you blame the boomers, which is hilarious.
Yeah. Well, like the boomers are the whole reason that we're in this fucking mess. Let's just be clear. And I personally don't blame Generation X for anything. I'm like halfway Generation X and halfway millennial.
We're blameless. I'm a Gen X. We're blameless.
Like, I don't think Generation X is completely terrible, but I just thought her whole, my parents are Gen X and they're terrible. You know, like, I thought that was so funny.
Oh, man. And like going to Soul Cycle is some kind of punishment, like that you're...
But what killed me is that she's not completely wrong. Yeah, she's wrong about a lot of stuff, but like the 90s were awesome.
The 90s were pretty great.
Yeah, we really did just drive around and get high. And we didn't care about the environment that much. And we had Bill Clinton as president, and it was fun. We just had a lot of fun in the 90s.
We did. I mean, but I remember the AIDS epidemic, and I was so scared to have sex. I was so afraid I would catch HIV. We thought it was going to be such a global pandemic. I'm glad that they found a treatment for it and that it was largely under control. But you remember how scared we were of it? I think you weren't because you were younger when they got it under control. But
yeah,
when it was
like I remember
yeah.
the late 80s when it was a pandemic. But like I came of age when there were treatments. I remember it being a big deal that the AIDS quilt came to Washington. I don't remember it being a big deal that there weren't treatments. I don't remember that. I was too young, I think.
I do. Yeah, we were really careful with sex because it was like, oh my God, we're going to get AIDS. Yeah, we had the Challenger disaster. We had 9/11, but obviously that was past our generation. It was when we were adults. Okay, we did have a good time in the 90s. But it's not our fault. It's not our fault. And we're the hardworking people now. We're the ones who are doing all the work and taking care of everybody while the boomers are like partying it up.
Yeah, Generation X, they're the heroes of the pandemic right now, I'd think.
Yeah, and not us, but the people on the front lines.
Xennials, we're just hanging out and we're trying to manage.
Yeah, millennials are too.
Yeah.
Millennials are older, you know. All right, let's move on to the user feedback. So Hollah said on our podcast post, Hollah, yeah, that's the same commenter. And she heard us talk about her live on the podcast. Not live, but when she listened to it, because we picked one of her comments of the week. She said, thank you for releasing episodes on Sundays. Seems like almost all my pods are weekday only, and by the time I get to Sunday, the queue is empty. I also would have loved to see a 70-year-old woman on the cover of Vanity Fair. And that's when we were talking about Princess Anne last week and how they used an older picture of her. To get back to the Sundays thing, I just started putting it out on Sundays because I know that more people are home and we'll get as many listeners on a Sunday as we would on a Monday now, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So, sure, we'll keep putting it out on Sundays if you're going to want to listen to us then. And Molly also commented, and she wrote about our talk about small and big boobs. She wrote, small breast privilege. Yeah, going without is not an option for me.
Yeah,
So,
small breast privilege is real.
Okay, I'm privileged. I am. So let's move on to the comments of the week. Well, I just picked a comment of the week from the post about Suri Cruise and Katie Holmes covering Us Magazine because I wanted to talk about it because I thought it was nice that Katie's kind of being recognized for taking Suri out of Scientology.
Yeah.
And that's no small feat.
It really isn't. And Katie should also get credit for just hanging out in New York and figuring out her life and being a single mom and being cool about it. You know, she's not crazy. She's not trying to become an Instagram mommy. She's not like that. I really respect her for the way that she's conducted her post-cruise life.
Yeah, she didn't launch a lifestyle thing. That's a good point. So Yo-Yo said, just wait until Suri grows taller than Tom. In about 2 years, he'll have to put 4-inch lifts in his shoes. And then my comment of the week is from Flamingo, who said, I kind of doubt he will ever see her again, so no need to get the stiletto lifts out on her behalf.
That's kind of sad, though, that he'll never spend time with Suri.
I know, I shouldn't have picked these comments. It's true. I mean, he's not seeing his kid.
Yeah, it is true. Well, my comment, even though we are like going so crazy long, I chose this comment because I wanted to really talk about it, but I'm not going to anymore.
You can talk about it. I'll cut a bunch of other crap that we said.
All right. There were a few stories about Novak Djokovic, who is the ATP world number one tennis player, and how he like made all of these absolutely crazy statements about how he didn't support vaccinations for the coronavirus, and basically insinuated that he is anti-vaccine in general, in total.
Yeah.
And there are tons of comments about how like he's an idiot. He's not an idiot. He's actually a very intelligent man. He just leans very hard into the quackery and the fake science.
Yeah, but how do you tease that out from not being an idiot?
Because everywhere else he shows such intelligence and thoughtfulness. He really does. He speaks multiple languages. He's the president of like the ATP Player Council. He's really awesome except for this fake science shit.
Okay.
Anyway, so my comment of the week is from Oatmeal, and she said, Djokovic is no stranger to quackery. A few years back, he had some weird doctor as part of his camp, and he had some sort of coach, spiritual guru on his team, rambling about love and peace. Joko even fired his longtime coach and promoted the guru to full-time coach, and blah, blah, blah. You know, like, so basically, it's just like a lot of tennis tea, but it's all true. Like, he really did bring in this like total whack job. It's so much like what Tom Brady did.
Yeah, I was just thinking about Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I remember reading another comment. The doctor had Joko hold a piece of bread to his stomach, and then that means he has celiac disease.
Yep. That's how he was diagnosed, quote unquote, with his gluten allergy. Other
people do the muscle testing or whatever. That's bullshit too. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. And so, yeah, Djokovic, he's a little bit crazy, and now we know that he's an anti-vaxxer. It's really hard. It's really difficult
to like him still.
To like be a fan of his right now.
Yeah. We gotta talk about something funny to end, so we're laughing.
Okay.
Or we don't. I always say that, but we don't. All right.
All right, I'm laughing.
Okay, we're just laughing about nothing. All right, thanks for listening, bitches.
Thanks, bitches.
Thank you for listening to the Celebrity Podcast. Please rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen. If you like us, please turn off your ad blocker when you visit our site. You can text us or leave a voicemail at 434-218-3219. Our music is from AA Alto, Maiden, and via Premium Beat and Sound of Picture. Thanks again. Okay.
All right.
Thanks. It was good talking to you. All right.
It'll be better next week. Bye.
Yeah, but this week wasn't that bad. It was just hard. Okay, bye.
Bye.